So guys, today's gist is one of those stories that remind us that behind the glam, the social media presence, and the public image, there are real humans with real emotions, real regrets, and real love. This gist centers on Pearl Wats and Maurice Sam, and honestly, it has been trending for all the right and wrong reasons. I welcome you all to Everyday Gist TV, where we give you the latest gist happening in Nollywood. If this is your first time coming across our video, you're highly welcome. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly subscribe to this channel so you don't miss our next amazing videos. Now let's dive in proper to the gist of today. Yesterday marked Pearl Wats' birthday, a day that is usually filled with excitement, birthday wishes, surprises, love, and celebration. Birthdays are special, not just because of the cake, gifts, or messages, but because they represent growth, reflection, and another chance at life. But for Pearl, this birthday came with mixed emotions, deep thoughts, and a powerful lesson that she felt compelled to share with the public. Before her birthday, there had been a little misunderstanding between Pearl Wats and Maurice Sam. And when we say little, we all know that misunderstandings are never really little when emotions are involved. Sometimes, a single conversation, a single reaction, or even silence can create tension, hurt feelings, and distance between two people who genuinely care about each other. According to Pearl, things were not exactly smooth between her and Maurice Sam at that moment. Emotions were high, communication was strained, and there were words said that could not be taken back. Like many of us, she admitted that she reacted from a place of emotion rather than calm understanding. And then came her birthday. Usually, when there's tension between two people, especially around special occasions, expectations drop. You expect distance. You expect coldness. You expect silence. You prepare your heart for disappointment. And Pearl admitted that she did not expect much from Maurice Sam that day, given everything that had happened between them. But what happened next surprised her deeply. Despite the misunderstanding, despite the tension, and despite everything that had been said and done, Maurice Sam still showed up for her. He still showed her love. He still acknowledged her birthday. He still made her feel seen, valued, and remembered. And that alone broke Pearl emotionally. When she spoke about it, you could tell that it wasn't just about the birthday itself, it was about the message behind the action. It was about the choice Maurice Sam made to rise above the misunderstanding and respond with love instead of resentment. Pearl Wats came out publicly to express her gratitude, and her words were heavy with emotion. She thanked Maurice Sam sincerely for the love he showed her on her birthday, especially considering the circumstances. She made it clear that she did not take it for granted, and that it touched her heart in ways she did not expect. She admitted that his actions forced her to sit down and reflect deeply on herself. According to her, that moment made her realize how powerful kindness can be, especially when it comes unexpectedly. Then came the part that truly caught people's attention. Pearl openly apologized. And this was not a casual apology or one of those vague statements people make to save face. This was a deep, intentional, and emotional apology. She said clearly that she was sorry for everything she did and said to Maurice Sam. She didn't sugarcoat it. She didn't minimize it. She took responsibility. Pearl confessed that she allowed her emotions to get the best of her, and in doing so, she lost control of her words and actions. She admitted that in the heat of the moment, she forgot to communicate with love and respect, and instead reacted based on how she felt at that time. She explained that emotions can be overwhelming, especially when you care deeply about someone. Sometimes, fear, hurt, pride, and frustration mix together, and before you know it, you've said things you don't truly mean. According to Pearl, that's exactly what happened. She acknowledged that Maurice Sam did not deserve the things she said or did, and that realization weighed heavily on her heart. One of the most emotional parts of her message was when she talked about how his birthday gesture made her feel undeserving. She said she felt overwhelmed by the love he showed her, knowing that she had contributed to the misunderstanding between them. That feeling of, "I didn't deserve this kindness," hit her deeply. It made her realize that love is not always transactional. Sometimes, people love you even when you're at your worst. Sometimes, they choose grace over ego, patience over anger, and understanding over pride. Pearl said that moment humbled her. She also talked about how birthdays often come with self-reflection. For her, this birthday wasn't just about celebrating another year, it was about evaluating her emotional growth, her communication style, and how she handles conflict. She admitted that she is still learning. Learning how to pause before reacting. Learning how to communicate instead of exploding. Learning how to express emotions without hurting the people she loves. Pearl also praised Maurice Sam for his maturity and emotional intelligence. She said it takes a lot of strength to show love when things are not perfect, and she respects him deeply for that. According to her, his actions spoke louder than any argument they had. They reminded her that real love is patient, forgiving, and not easily shaken by temporary misunderstandings. She went further to explain that misunderstandings are inevitable in relationships, whether romantic or otherwise. What truly matters is how those misunderstandings are handled. Are they handled with pride and silence, or with accountability and communication? Pearl admitted that she chose the wrong approach initially, but she is grateful for the opportunity to correct herself. She also used the opportunity to speak to her followers and supporters, advising them not to let emotions ruin meaningful connections. She said emotions are natural and valid, but they should not be allowed to dictate hurtful behavior. She encouraged people to take responsibility when they are wrong, to apologize sincerely, and to always remember that the people who love us are human too. Another emotional part of her message was when she expressed gratitude for not being abandoned in her moment of weakness. She said that Maurice Sam's love on her birthday reminded her that forgiveness is powerful, and that sometimes, people deserve compassion even when they mess up. She emphasized that her apology was not forced, not influenced by public opinion, and not done for appearances. It was something she felt deeply in her heart. According to Pearl, she is committed to personal growth and doing better going forward. She said she wants to become someone who responds with understanding rather than reacting with anger. She also thanked everyone who celebrated her birthday, sent messages, and showed love, but she made it clear that Maurice Sam's gesture stood out because of the timing and the circumstances. It wasn't about grand gestures or public displays, it was about consistency, presence, and choosing love. Pearl ended her message with hope. Hope for healing. Hope for better communication. Hope for growth. And hope that lessons learned will not be forgotten. Honestly, guys, this gist is one of those stories that hits home. It reminds us that nobody is perfect. We all have moments where emotions take over. We all say things we later regret. But what defines us is our willingness to take responsibility and make things right. Pearl Wats showed vulnerability by apologizing publicly and acknowledging her mistakes. Maurice Sam showed maturity by responding with love instead of distance. And together, their story reminds us that love is not about being right all the time, it's about choosing understanding, even when it's hard. So that's the full gist of what went down between Pearl Wats and Maurice Sam around her birthday. Emotional, deep, reflective, and very real. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think love should always come before pride? Can misunderstandings actually strengthen relationships? Drop your comments below, like this video, share your opinions, and don't forget to subscribe for more juicy and emotional gist.